Been a few days, officially back, and we need to grade Nick Caserio's draft.
I said, whoever threw that paper, your mom's a hoe.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new episode of TheLead. Your host, as always, Harley Dugan. It's been a while, guys. First and foremost, let me get you caught up to speed with everything. Took a little mental break real quick from YouTube. I am officially back again, 5 days without a video. So with that being said, we got a few guests, hopefully many guests coming onto this channel. I've already messaged a few people, and hopefully I can get a response as soon as possible, and maybe mix it up a little bit, bring in some different guests, maybe bring in some guests behind enemy lines. That would be interesting as well. Maybe get in a Jaguar or a Colt or a Titans guy in there without trying to punch them through the screen. Of course, we can try to do something different. If you have any ideas, make sure to drop it down in the comment section below. Boys, we are still goosebumps and shaking from the NFL draft Nick Caserio presented us. The Houston Texans did an amazing job with the 2022 draft class, getting Derek Stingley Jr. at 3. I'm sold. Potential lockdown corner, potentially the best cornerback in this draft. Jalen Ramsey-esque potential. You take him at 3. You go to 13, you trade down. 15, go down 2 spots, grab a boatload of picks for this draft. Okay, I'm down with that. The Eagles get Jordan Davis. No, the Ravens get Kyle Hamilton. No. What are they going to do? Kenyon Green, guard out of A&M, plug and play. Going to be playing left guard right next to Laramie Tunsil. Justin Britt, right guard. AJ Cann, right tackle. Titus Howard. Boys, the offensive line issues could finally be solved. That is the best situation, one of that could have happened, and you potentially solve this offensive line. That is just great to hear. It is absolutely great to hear. Nick Caserio, so far so good. Second round, okay, you got 37. You're picking early, boys. Jalen Petrie, safety out of Baylor, can do it all kind of safety. You heard him. Compares himself to Tyrann Mathieu, Buda Baker type of skill set. Look, I'm not going to call him that anytime. I'm not going to call him a Tyrann Mathieu. I'm not going to call him a Buda Baker, but he definitely has the skill set to be something like that. Was used at linebacker, safety, nickel, corner, can do it all. Jalen Petrie is the thumper, lays the big boom. Jalen Petrie is an absolute dub at 37 and is very exciting for this Texans team. Now, boys, okay, you might have solved the offensive line. Now, what about the secondary? You got Derek Stingley. You got Jalen Petrie. You signed a Steven Nelson. You got a Desmond King. You got a Tavier Thomas. You still have another hole at the other safety position. Eric Murray is never going to be sold for a Houston Texan fan, but this is a lot better on paper than what we had before. The offensive line issues potentially solved. The secondary looks better. We're doing good so far, Nick. We're doing great. All right, we're going to 68, right? Whoa. Hold your horses. Texans trade up to 44. And oh my goodness, they get him. John Mechie. Unbelievable. So hyped. I'm still hyped. It's been 5, 6, 7 days, and I'm still extremely excited about this NFL draft. You should be too. John Mechie, awesome pick. Give it to me. Mechie, this is amazing. A guy that could be a route runner, a guy that could work the slot for you and has the potential to become a next level wide receiver. The only reason he was down there was because of the injuries, but we've seen what he can do against big competition. Alabama, been there, done that. Now we're going stupid high. We got Jalen Petrie. You got John Mechie from Bama. Okay, third round. We got a long ways to go, going all the way to 80. But the Texans, yet again, trade up to 75, 5 spots before their pick. And I called this because it just seemed like where there's smoke, there was fire, and there was way too much smoke. Christian Harris, linebacker out of Alabama at 75. This is an absolute dub. One of the main issues the Houston Texans had was they needed youth and they needed talent at the linebacker position. I like Kamu. I like Kirksey. Maybin from the Detroit Lions seems like a solid addition, but Christian Harris is different. And obviously for reasons so that I said youth and talent, and that's what the Texans needed. They needed something to inject that linebacker position, a shot in the arm. Garrett Wallow is youth and talent. You need more of that, okay? Garrett Wallow could projectively somewhere around a special teams guy to a really good depth piece for the Texans. His ultimate ceiling could be a starter. Not sure if that happens, but Christian Harris, somebody that the Texans seem like they loved, interviewed, met, pro day, everything that there is on Mechie too. Take Christian Harris, been there, done that, ran a 4.440 in the combine. Lovie Smith loves linebackers that run sideline to sideline, and that is exactly what Christian Harris does. He's good in pass coverage as well. His eyes wander a bit. He's got to stay patient. He's got to have that awareness, but I believe in due time, that is just going to progress. And you got somebody here in Christian Harris that has the potential to be your next will linebacker or even a Mike linebacker on passing down situations. This, again, so far, are we batting 1,000, folks? Because Nick Caserio is doing his thing. And I'm thinking, CJ Spiller is there. Why not? You know, CJ Spiller, Isaiah Spiller. So now you're at 107. You don't got 108. So you only got 1 4th round pick. Okay. Yeah, no biggie. You're at 107. Not too bad. And everyone's like, Isaiah Spiller, Isaiah Spiller, Isaiah Spiller, Isaiah Spiller, Isaiah Spiller. Dameon Pierce is the running back for the Houston Texans and will be the next running back for the Houston Texans. This dude's a baller. Like, let's just be real. He's straight up dog mentality. I mean, he's here for a long time and a good time. Like, his first question, first answer, well, I like Houston. I heard they got beautiful houses and pretty women. You know, like, how can you not love DP? How can you not love Dameon Pierce? The sledgehammer the Houston Texans need. This fits what Pat Hamilton's supposed to be doing in a power run heavy scheme. Dameon Pierce fits that. Not a lot of tread on the tire. Wasn't used at all at Florida. For some odd particular reason, Dan Mullen never used them, even though Dan Mullen in Mississippi State had a power run heavy scheme behind Dak Prescott and others. Just wasn't the case for Florida. I don't know why, okay? But Dameon Pierce will be utilized correctly for the Houston Texans. A really good pass blocker. I don't know why people keep talking about, oh, well, he needs to learn. I understand you got to learn coverages and you got to learn pass protection. I get that. But this is one of the better pass protecting running backs out of this draft. If nobody saw him in the Senior Bowl, I mean, he was clamping, absolute clamping guys. Now I get it. These aren't the big edge defenders like a potential Von Miller or let's say a Josh Allen for the Jaguars or something like that. But he can hold his own now. He's a big dude. This screams New England Patriots, Nick Caserio. I should have thought of this immediately because they've always had a thumper at running back. They've always had somebody big at running back. And it was always either Kevin Falk or it was a LeGarrette Blount. And one time the Patriots do this. The Texans did this. Dameon Pierce has the potential to be in a running back by committee and get really good touches for the Texans. Another solid pick. So far, we're gliding through it, boys. We are doing an amazing job with the NFL draft. And then we go into the 5th round. And then the Houston Texans out from 150. Take defensive tackle Thomas Booker out of Stanford, who I am elated about. Thomas Booker is a scholar athlete, and he screams everything Houston Texans. The goody two-shoes, little suit and tie guy, all right? But Don't let the suit and tie fool you now. This dude can ball, and he is an interior pass rusher. He could also play on the edge, not something you want to be happening too much. But to me, this is a potential replacement for Malik Collins. And the defensive line, as much as it was a strength for the Texans last year, still needs improvement. It still needs, again, like the linebacker position, an injection of youth and talent. You got that with Roy Lopez last year. You have some of that with Ross Blacklock, but remember, this is not a Nick Caserio guy. Nick Caserio did not draft Ross Blacklock. Bill O'Brien did. So with that being said, Nick Caserio has no ties to Ross Blacklock. Him drafting Thomas Booker, to me, is a replacement for Malik Collins. To me, he screams everything that Malik Collins does, and he plays the run very well. And this dude is extremely smart and knows the game very well. The awareness is next level. To me, this is a solid pick that will get critiqued a little bit for the Texan fans. Still no edge rusher. You didn't get one in the draft class. You can't attend to all needs, though. Then Nick Caserio. Okay, you got 2 more picks left, Nick. What else are you going to do for me? Okay, we go up there and we get Tegan Cortui. I know I just butchered the hell out of that. But tight end out of Oregon State, who is a pure blocking tight end, arguably one of the best blocking tight ends in this draft. And I mentioned this in my mock draft video. I had Austin Allen from Arkansas. Was it Arkansas or Nebraska? Can't remember right now, but Tegan is a dude that is just a straight up blocker, and he is massive. And now with Tegan in there, you got Brevin Jordan, who is a red zone threat. Tegan himself could be a red zone threat too. Solid hands, heavy feet though. The route running is going to be a problem for him. So that's definitely something he's got to be improving on. But with that all being said, blocking tight end is what he is predominantly used for. Goal line situations, I can already see it. You have the offensive line. You can add in Tegan in there. You got Damian Pierce, who is a thumper. You signed Andy Janovich. The Houston Texans want smash mouth football. They run the ball. They power heavy scheme seems to be true behind Pep Hamilton. This is another solid move. It ain't nothing going crazy about. This is something that is not sexy whatsoever, but you're at the end of the 5th round and you get arguably the best blocking tight end who has solid hands, who you could use in the red zone besides a Brevin Jordan. Hey, I'm all up for that. And then finally, with the last pick in the Texans draft. Now, last year we had in the 6th round Roy Lopez, who we all know is big sexy. We all know how great Roy Lopez played for the Houston Texans, and we cannot wait to see the constant improvement in his full career for us. But I digress. The Houston Texans ended up taking another local boy, Austin Deculus from LSU. He is a right tackle for them that could transition into a guard at the NFL level. To me, he translates better as a guard in the NFL level. And this is one of the better moves that I like. And to me, I like it just as much as the Thomas Booker, Damian Pierce kind of picks, because the experience he's had about 60 games with LSU. Remember now, LSU at SEC school. This guy has been playing against the Alabamas of the world, the Floridas of the world, the Tennessees, and different competitions, Clemson, and different people going around, Ohio State. He's been doing it day in and day out. 60 games, experience matters. And Austin Deculus has that. Cy-Fair High School, obviously up north, but the dude is legit. And hey, a developmental guard is what the Texans needed. AJ Cann is going to just be a solid guard for you. Nothing really good, nothing really bad. Hopefully, fingers crossed. But Deculus could be a project that ends up taking over as your starter, hopefully by next year if everything turns out well, or maybe in 2 years after AJ Cann's contract probably comes up. The Houston Texans definitely won the NFL draft. I'm saying that without hesitation. Nick Caserio did an amazing job this offseason, and we will get into the offseason grades in another video, but I am still shaking, still hyped. Can't believe this is my life right now. Drop the freaking LeBron James meme. Nick Caserio, my goodness, dropped his nuts on the table and told everybody to lick it because that man was balling in the NFL draft, doing everything he could to turn around this team. And as a fan, if you're not excited, you can get the hell out of Houston and go be a Cleveland Browns fan because the Houston Texans are on to something special. And you better get on the hype train right now or you better leave because Nick Caserio dropping an A draft grade right here, right now. Caserio is the scenario. As always, guys, go Astros, go Rockets, go Texans. You have a blessed day.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.